As we navigate this new style of teaching for the online community, I thought it'd be best if we took a look at some of the college and high school level professors that already are familiar with teaching online coursework. So the first thing that's important for you to know is just that we need to make sure that we're breaking the learning into smaller chunks. We don't want to overwhelm them with a lot of expectations right away. We need to make sure that we're establishing a pattern of activity. So maybe things like check in on the online platform at least once a day, and make sure that you're establishing clear due dates. Make sure that you're also establishing expectations for the way that they participate with your online course, as well as ways that you would prefer for them to communicate with you. If that's via email, make sure you're also establishing what an accurate email should look like to a professor. Another item would be, as we start introducing Google Meets, the idea of the etiquette for video conferencing. If you are able to provide technical support or help for students, that's fantastic. If not, please just refer them to the help desk because they can kind of talk them through some of the challenges they may be having with technology. Another piece that's important is to make sure that you're creating real-world applications. So a kid will be more inclined to be motivated by the activity if they can show how what they're learning will apply to their everyday life. Make sure you're establishing a strong instructor presence. So make sure that you are posting announcements, that you're creating videos for your kids, and that you're encouraging them to participate in different discussions. Still show your personality. These kids need to have a sense of normalcy, and being able to see who you are, not some professional on a video, is what they really need at this time. Also establish clear expectations. So when you are providing an activity for them to do, make sure that you're providing a clear due date. Also, the assignment directions need to be clear. You can always go back and add to those directions as questions come up. But the other thing is you might provide, since we are dealing with middle and high school students, we might be providing them a more detailed check-in points like you would in your classroom. So if it's a longer project, maybe tell them, hey, by Tuesday you should have completed this amount. By Thursday, make sure that you have finished up to this. That way you can kind of help guide them for how long you think the learning should take. Another idea is to make sure that you are having very clear learning objectives. So everything that you're doing in your course needs to align with our essential standards that we have in Liberty Public Schools. Make sure that any assessments you give go along with those as well. If there's extra content that isn't directly related to those essential standards or those learning objectives, that you remove them or you make them optional learning. In order to help students not feel lost, it's important that we give them prompt feedback. So we need to make sure that we are reinforcing those essential skills that we want them to gain, and that we're being very specific on what they're doing well and ways that they can improve. Another important idea is to remember to give them feedback as quickly as possible. Sometimes they may post something that is outside of when you've been checking your email, and it's okay if there's a little bit of a delay in that. If we can go through and really teach our students what to do when they get stuck so that they don't quit when we can't get back to them right away, it will help them be more effective learners. And last, it's important just to remember to try to engage our students as much as possible. So have quality interactions, try to create these educational experiences that can be challenging but enriching and will help them extend their academic abilities. We don't want to provide them meaningless work that is just busy so that we feel like we are doing something to present them with teaching. We really want to engage the learner. Also, we need to make sure that we're providing students with the opportunity to interact with peers through group discussions or Flipgrid type videos back to their classmates so that they can still feel like they are part of a classroom community.